All right. Holy shit. Day 3 of playing one chess game every single day and only one chess game. So just to recap what happened. Day 1, we played a Sicilian where I wanted to play a Knight Orf, but my opponent plays an improved version of the Bowdler. He plays, and I make this blunder. It's not as, like, the computer doesn't show it as a serious blunder, but I consider it a pretty big blunder where he should have been able to basically absolutely massacre me with e5. Either if I take, I'm screwed, and if I don't, we have no choice but to undevelop our knight, because if we try to not undevelop it, he's gonna win our pawn, and there's no other squares for the knight really. Like, this is going to run into some nasty shenanigans. Yeah, the knight is just trapped. So, and further down the line in that game, even though our opponent didn't play the very accurate move, e5 or then g4 and e5, he or she still got a very nice position. I believe it was something or like this. What was the game exactly? I want to say they castled. This isn't the game. What was the game? Let me check the game. I want to remember the game. Like, exactly what happened in the game. 2 losses, by the way, which isn't a big deal. I'm not trying to... The point isn't to gain elots to get better, but let me go through the game. What happened exactly here? Ah, yes. This move I can never remember because it's not a great move. Plays bishop c4 or bishop f4. And eventually he or she would run into issues. Like if he or she played the same moves. Let's say like this. I remember there was a line. Queen c2, let's say. There is some line where eventually we can push the pawn to d5 and then e5 and then e4 and win the knight, but I can't quite find it. Anyways, yep, bishop f4. Here I play knight c6. He or she played c3 to stop my knight from coming in, but this should have allowed d5, and basically equalizing, more or less equalizing. In fact, black is the one that feels a little bit better. My knight's just super centralized and on very nice squares. All my pieces are about to come out. My dark squared bishop is going to have no trouble coming out. My queen can come out to like f6 and whatnot. It's a nice position. But of course I didn't play this. I played e6. And I believe, let me see, a knight, yep, knight d2. And then I did this, and then I think it's like castles. Or maybe my opponent played like a3. What was it? Yeah, h3. Then I castled because I wasn't actually scared of b4, which was right, but not for the reasons I thought of. If we keep going. What happens? Castles, a6, bishop back prophylactically, b5, which is not the most accurate. Probably like pushing in the center would have been better. And my opponent, I think here, played queen c2, or at some earlier point played queen c2. When did they play queen c2? a3, queen c2, not castles. So a3, queen c2, a6. Was it a6 there? Then bishop back. I see. Then I played b5 and then castles. And then I put my bishop back. I'm going through this quite a lot, but the reason I wanted to talk about this game is because I didn't value the power of this light squared bishop and the importance of a move like a6 or h6 here. So you can see here the computer's saying this bishop's super important. Go after it immediately. I think my opponent played like this. Nope, the other rook. Here, got to play a6 if I want some kind of advantage. You can see actually it's like a pretty big mistake not to play knight h4. So yeah, I'll just continue here. And it's quickly realize why we need the bishop on this diagonal, because these pawns will be weak after I play c5, which is one of the moves I just need to play to open up my queen and do a lot of other things and attack his pawns in the center. But of course, I allowed him to take my bishop, and after that, it's pretty much game over. Let me restart. So that was the first game. And then 2 days ago, then yesterday, we got a Scandi in the modern variation. I played Daniel Naroditsky's recommendation, just moving the bishop back. And here I played this move, bishop f3, thinking I'm clever because he's going to have to like play c6, and then it's hard to develop the knight, which is true if he had to, but he didn't actually have to. My opponent played bishop c6, and then we get these kinds of moves, and he or she could have stroken caps. Yeah, I have no idea what gender. They could have played e5 here, which would have been very strong. I thought I'd have d5, but what ends up happening is that eventually black is able to play f5, e4, and my bishop is going to be in a hot little spot. So, of course, that didn't end up happening. I believe e6 happened. Let me get the game. I believe e6 occurred. So let me double check. I think it was e6. Then I played knight c3, and then I think he played bishop e7, and I missed my chance to play d5. So let's go through the game. Yep. And here, bishop e3 is a pretty big mistake because I'm not playing d5. And even the best move for black is to actually move the bishop again. Move the bishop again to g4, because let's say I make a nonchalant move. Apparently there's this. Not exactly sure why this is better. I guess my bishop looks kind of dumb and his knights look pretty good. Is this an idea? Yeah, it is an idea. So, okay. But if we just go through the game one last time. Here, I start pushing on the queen side, pretending I'm playing a Sicilian on the black side, but I'm not. What I actually should have been doing is trying to play d5. So just kind of not the right idea. Not a terrible idea, just not the best idea. And I kind of put my queen in some not the best squares, and everything is collapsing because he's going to trap my rook in the corner. So those were the games. Okay, now that out of the way, that was like 7 minutes. Well, okay, I'm going to start actually playing today's game. Oh my god. Let's play. So we get the black pieces. This. Oops. And we get e4. I will still try to get a knight orf. Okay, we have the Baldor, so e6, d5, yada yada. We've played this a billion times. I don't need to think too much on these moves. Kind of memorize them, and they're very easy to play. So here, you can basically play whatever you want. I'm just going to develop my king side as fast as possible and castle and just get a nice position. Not a winning position by any means, but just an equal position. So not a big deal. I could even throw in the move, throw in the move h6, because he definitely doesn't want to take. Or maybe it doesn't matter. I think castling here makes a lot of sense, but then I'm letting the knight come into e5. So let's play knight c6 first. Downside of this move is I'm not wanting myself play knight d7, but it's probably fine. I'm just going to castle. Yeah, we just had this position a billion times. Develop my bishop, a6, b5, and here I think c4 is probably more of a move than it was in the other game. And definitely kicking the bishop is going to be good at some point. Maybe now, actually. Because if I wait a turn, I play a6, let's say. Maybe this move, and then... I don't know. Maybe knight c3, then putting pressure on the pawn. And then I can't play h6 because takes will win the pawn. But I can kick the knight. So let's see. Knight c3, d4... knight swings around, can take the knight, takes the bishop, queen takes. It's a lot of trades. I'd rather not. Let's just kick the bishop. Might go back, which is totally fine. I think that's a good trade of moves for us. Doesn't hurt to throw it in. And then we can continue with our plan. Maybe bishop e6, or maybe a6 right away. Maybe a5. Probably not though. And it's not like black is winning. It's just equal. It's just extremely equal. But probably easier to play for black. Thinking on h6. I guess you got to think a little bit, huh? What are you thinking about? This? And then what? Swing the knight around. Drops it back. And at some point we can play g5, but not right now. g5, bishop g6. Don't know what I've accomplished. G5, bishop g6, g4. Then what happens? Takes. Knight d2. Kind of interesting, actually. Huh. Wait. Let me calculate that. Oh, bing, bang, boom, bop. Takes. And there, it doesn't have to play knight d2. Something like rook e1, but you know what? It actually looks pretty good. I'm going to go for it. It looks risky, but this pawn's actually not so easy to attack. So I'm going to go for this. And if the knight moves away, then I'm just going to obliterate his king side. My king side's also a little weak, but yep. This was the plan. Knight d2, knight d4. And putting some pressure. It's not like winning. Obviously not winning, but maybe I can find some nice follow-up. I don't know what that would be. Takes, and then, or I can just take the light squared bishop. I don't know if that makes up for my weakened king, though. So take the light squared bishop. Ooh, interesting move. That feels risky. Why? Because it really weakens the d pawn. Now, if I take the bishop and then takes with the knight, then what happens? Gotta find some kind of follow-up. This is probably a key variation I should have calculated earlier. Maybe I drop the knight here, try to win the dark squared bishop, but I mean, I doubt this is like winning or anything. Also have something like takes. If pawn takes, maybe that's actually not good for me. Yeah, this pawn's kind of weak. Like the B pawn's kind of weak, the double B pawns, but he has this file. And at some point, this move rook e1, it's gonna come. It's not like terrifying or anything, but it's gonna come eventually. So let me think. I take the knight. Knight takes. There's no way this person plays pawn takes. Looks like a guy. No way he or she plays pawn takes. They play. I just need to say they. I just don't complicate. Just say they. Oh my god. No way they play pawn takes. So it's going to be knight takes f3, knight takes f3. And then how do I put additional pressure on the position? I can also knight takes b3, bishop down. That doesn't really do anything though. I'm kind of attracted to this retreating move. It's not really that retreating. But knight f5. Because I feel like his dark squared bishop is pretty important. What do they do then? Like drop the bishop back, and then what? I can cement my bishop here, maybe. I just need to get my knight out of the way, I think. I can also drop it back this way, which is interesting, but I don't really know where it's going. Maybe here? I have some time to think. I don't want to rush this decision. Where's the knight dropping back? I mean, or I can just take the bishop. We just get the bishop pair, which, I'm not a GM is the problem, but we do have the G file. The light squared bishop, I think, is pretty important in this position, and they still haven't resolved this pin. And without the light squared bishop, it's going to be much harder. So it's definitely something to consider. I can support my bishop like this, and it's really difficult. Really, really difficult. So let me think. Knight takes g3, knight takes g3. Probably I try to trade dark squared bishops, maybe. And then I'm going to take the bishop. That's my gut feeling. This bishop is important. That's what I've been, I've learned that it's an important bishop. And queen takes is not. How did I miss queen takes, dude? How did I miss queen takes? That's actually like, can't believe I missed it. Okay, we have this pawn break, I guess. I think I'm worse now. I think I'm worse. I missed this. I totally missed this. Do I play b6? b6. This pawn's hanging. Queen b6. The knight is no longer pinned, so it's actually kind of scary. Wow, I think b6 is probably a solid move. But then the knight jumps in. Now I'm starting to deal with some very real problems. He's going to kick my bishop away. Let me think. Drop the bishop back. I can kind of bait him or her into taking, but this Darkford bishop then is ruining my day. So queen b6. We don't drop a pawn. The knight comes in. Threatening nothing really in particular. Then I can trade. Ooh, how did I miss this? It's so... Oh my god, I missed the only good move. Not the only good move. I'm sure these were also fine. Oh man. How to do this. I can also like move the queen up. That runs right into knight e5 though. Oh man. Maybe queen c8? That's a move you see sometimes. But again, this looks scary. This looks annoying. Yeah, I mean, that kicks my bishop. And then I drop it back. Queen c8. Queen c8, knight e5. Bishop e6. I mean, I'm not immediately losing, but man, my king is like looking real ugly. Looking real ugly there. I got the bishop pair, but at what cost? I do think queen c8 is a good move, though. I think it's queen c8. This one will run into knight e5. He's still probably going to, he or she will probably still play knight e5. But yeah, let's do this. I think we're fine, but it's annoying. Oh, I got a Strava notification. Kudos. Ooh, I got a kudos. I did want to obviously connect my rooks, but you can't get everything in life. You can't have your cake and eat it too all the time. So it is what it is. Maybe what are they going to play here? Rook e1? Rook e1. I'm going to drop my bishop. Pretty much against everything. I'm going to drop my bishop back, I think. This bishop is now kind of a liability. It's really staring into space. I could support it because I could support it still because f3 is quite weakening. It is quite weakening. Oh man, it's a hard game. It's going to be a hard game for sure. Yep, there. Okay. All right. How do we deal with this bishop? So I do think covering it is very natural. Covering the bishop like this. And that makes a lot of sense to me. The bishop is pinned though. Can my opponent do anything about it? Not really. Maybe doubling. Oh, let's see. I think dropping the bishop back makes the most sense. I can't really move this bishop. There's not really any squares for it to move. I can't block the rook. I mean, I can block it with the other bishop, but I can defend it with my own rook. It does weaken my f-pawn, but it's a move. But still, the bishop can't really move anywhere great. I can move the queen up, but again, that runs into knight e5. So yeah, let's just drop the bishop back and keep playing. Now maybe target the pawn. And I defend it maybe with the king, or maybe even this way. I don't know. Okay, and closing down the center. Now, do I take or do I push or do I ignore? Pushing has some merits. It does open up this square for the knight, though. Not the taking doesn't do that. Takes. That doesn't look great. We do have some ideas, though. A6 and b5 become kind of ideas. Takes. If pawn takes, can I play b5 right away? No, because, well, maybe. Takes b5 right away. If queen takes, we put our rook here. And some compensation. Can also close down the center. Knight e4, knight takes e4, pawn takes. Knight takes e4, knight takes e4. Maybe rook takes, or maybe pawn takes. Probably rook takes, I imagine. That looks bad. I'm just giving up the file. So I think it has to be takes. There's nothing else I can do. I can ignore it, but to do what? b5? Takes. I can take back, actually. Maybe ignoring it. b5. Oh, b5 looks more. The more I think about it, b5 is appealing because if he takes on if they take on b5, I can rook b8 looks pretty interesting. We also just have like push. Takes. Yeah, b5. If queen takes, rook b8. Why has it planned? And I don't give up control over this square, which is the most important. Yeah, let's go b5. I like b5 here. Because pawn takes here doesn't work, I believe. Because I can take back with the bishop. I still have to address the question of my dark squared bishop after that. Maybe queen b7. Yeah. Takes. His queen. Okay. The plan here is rook b8. Do we have any other moves to consider besides rook b8? Absolutely not. Play it. We're going to get a game. Oh, man. I'm excited to analyze this at the end. I am very excited to analyze this. Oh, my goodness. How is this going to work? Oh, man. How is this going to work? Oh, my goodness. Oh, we've entered hot water, I think. Hot water for both of us. The queen has 3 squares available to it. Do they have any other intermezzo moves? I don't believe so. There's no checks. My pieces are actually all quite well defended. Okay, and it's just begging to be played. Oh, man. Rook b4 is just begging to be played, but you got to calculate it. Rook b4. The queen still has plenty of escape squares. Rook b4. Probably the queen goes back to c2. And then what have I accomplished? I can also take the pawn here. Take the pawn. Then they bring their own rook in. Not sure I like that. And I can't. I would love to. Oh, man. So if these 2 pawns were gone, taking here makes a lot more sense. But the opponent could still play. Rook b1. Doesn't have to rook e to b1. Doesn't have to be rook a to b1, which would allow me to do this, to take on a2. But oh man, it's not a blitz game, so I got to think a little bit longer. I mean, here queen c2, so rook b4, queen c2. What happens then? Takes. We just don't quite have enough. I would like to free up my dark squared bishop. Okay, I'm going to start with this move. Oh, but then I drop this pawn. Maybe a slower move. Some kind of slower move is in order. Maybe dropping the bishop back? Oh my god. I hung my... Okay, just play it. I hung my rook. Oh my god. That was not a move. I hung my rook. Just take my pawn. Oh no. Hung my rook. Gotta move it. Just gotta move it. Hopefully his chicken's out. Doesn't take the pawn. Just plays like queen c2. And then I'm gonna bring my queen to the queen side. Plays it. Okay. And then here, let's go queen c6. Oh, but my bishop is hanging. Go for a queen trade? That doesn't seem great. What I want to do is basically get my other rook here, but I can't play queen c6 because then my bishop hangs, right? I don't see a way to finagle anything out of there. Bishop back. And then here, bishop back takes. Okay, I think this is the move I'm going to go for. Bishop back, and we're gonna hunt this queen. We're gonna hunt this queen down. Yeah, I'm gonna hunt this queen down. And this moves my bishop out of the line of fire, which is very important. I think at some point, like, my opponent has to see 95. Like, 95 just like, it just looks nice, dude. Look at this juicy square for the knight. It's not actually, it is controlling a lot of squares. It's not directly attacking much, but it's putting a lot of pressure on the position, defending key pawns. It's just a good move, I think. But let's say my opponent waits and I get to play like bishop b6. The queen can still run. It's still very easy for the queen to run. It's not like I've trapped her or anything. Something like this. Okay, wait. He like this. My opponent is absolutely playing with fire here. Like, what's the plan? This. I think I can't trap the queen, but what I can do is get my bishop on a nice square, and I'm just gonna be content with that. Just get it out of the line of fire, and we'll see what we can do with this. I'll see what I can do with this. Yep. And I'm just gonna move my queen here, maybe. And I'm a little on time. Takes. We do have quite some pressure on the queen side now, though, which is nice. Maybe I go for this trade. I can also go like this, but then, yeah, I mean, it's not like putting my rook here is really going to do a ton. I don't think. The time is pressuring me. Time is pressuring me to think, because this position is just like, I had no idea what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Okay, gonna play queen b7. Let's play it slow. Just get my rooks out. Maybe go for some like queenside pressure. I think this is very hard because there's no pawn breaks. But what is white doing? White also doesn't have too many plans. I guess start with 95, right? And my bishops are looking a little silly. I guess the weakness maybe I want to go for is this pawn. Like if I take, then I'm eradicating the weakness. Not getting a ton for that either. So if I fix it, sure, it opens up the square for the knight, but I'm not so worried actually about that. I can also go after the dark squared bishop like this, and if bishop, okay, so he or she is play 95 and then take the pawn here. That is something I need to be wary about. Well, I think I just need to defend the pawn. I'm a little worried putting my queen here because it's like maybe some kind of check, right? And also running through this pin. Let's get the king to a little safer square. And if I get to push this pawn, it's going to be hard actually it's going to be relatively hard. Not obviously far from impossible, but it's a little bit harder to reach my king. Okay. And my rook is trapped. Looks like my rook is trapped. Yep, my rook is just trapped. Oh, man. My rook is super trapped. This move doesn't work. Takes. Queen takes. We're actually in a lot of trouble. I'm actually in a lot of trouble. If takes here, takes. Then what? Takes? I mean, I guess that's like compensation, is it? Takes? Maybe takes first, so the knight lands in that square. No, I think just takes. And then I want to push here. Probably is some idea like that. Actually, yeah, allowing my opponent to take and opening up my bishop is kind of an idea. So I can throw in this move. Bishop back. And then takes. Maybe there's something there. On the other hand, maybe just sack. Okay, let's play this move. It's a little tricky. Takes, I'm going to take. Takes, I'm going to take. Maybe I can take the bishop immediately. Yeah, that's my only idea right now. Okay, so if I take the bishop immediately, I think I have to. I have to. Yeah, I have to. It's not like this check is scary at all, but it opens my bishop up. And we have a game. Then we have a game at least. At least we have a game. Okay, let's open it up. It's definitely not good, but the king moves, and I have some chances. It's not good chances, but I have some chances here. Maybe I can go after the pawn. Okay, here. This one, not sure I like from him. All right, let's go like here. I can also do it with the queen, maybe. Oh, what about this move? What about this move? This has to be the move. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Scare him a little bit. Make him sweat a little bit. Just a little bit. Bishop down. I take the pawn. Takes. Bishop down. Knight here. Knight here. I don't know. Do we have ideas? Here. To Forcaroni. I'm down a lot of... How am I down this much material? Because did I stack 2 rooks? Oh my. Yep, and obviously this is no good. Okay. All right, I gotta move my knight. I could have took the rook actually, but I should have took the rook, right? I should have took the rook. I should have took the rook, dude. Oh man, why didn't I take the rook? Oh man. Oh, this is bad. Oh, beautiful. Wow. Beautiful. I'm so sad. I'm so sad, bro. Move here, please. Please. No, of course not. Okay. All right. My last chance. I can even just take, I think. No, but then this. Oh, no. No, it doesn't work. Yeah, you can just take. Okay, yeah. Ah, that game hurt my soul. That game hurt my soul. This is why 1 game a day. I can't play more after that. Gotta dig deep. I can't just like brush it off. Okay, what happened? What happened? We played a Sicilian. There's a Sicilian. We get an instant battler, so I play the most normal of preparation you've ever seen in your life. I don't remember what. Did my opponent play E3? I forget. Or D3? Oh, that was just brutal. Oh, man. Yeah, your opponent played D3. The most normal game of my life. Oh, no, took. Back, right? Yeah, I remember this. Okay. Oh, man. It's just the most normal game. The most normal game of all time. The most normal game where black is slightly better of all ages. Oh, man. 92 or castles here. Castles. Yeah, I mean, I can play H3 at some point. But H3, H6. H3, H6. Bishop back. What is this move? Okay, the first move I haven't seen before. What is this? Knight H4 move. What is this? Or Knight H5. What does this do? I guess it forces a bishop trade? Where I rotate my knight around. What's the point of that? Knight to F4. Okay, let's say Queen E2. Oh, sorry. Queen D2. Like, we're not threatening to take. Though it's actually not that bad, apparently. It's kind of interesting, but... Knight F4, Knight G6, and these knights are unassailable. What is this? Can't you just take? No, because the knight is defending. And it takes here. Wow, what is this idea? This is some crazy computer shit, dude. What the fuck is this? Knight H4. Sorry, Knight H5. What is this shit, dude? All right, well, anyways, what did I play? I played G5. Okay. I played G5, and this is not bad. I thought like this is good. Knight D2, and I thought Knight D2 was already a mistake, but I don't follow it up right. knight h5. I saw this move, but I didn't see the point. So I didn't really see it. Knight h5. I thought the bishop dropped back. You trade it? Okay. What's the point? I guess it's just like that bishop was a key defender, I think. And we saw how important that bishop was towards the end of the game. Just like, should have just took my bishop here or took my rook here. But yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, the bishop's important. Sure. And let's see white play some normal looking moves. What is happening? Okay, c3. Trade the rooks. Like, what happens if they trade? And then, like, queen c2, let's say. The rook jumps in. Tries to trade it. Takes. Ooh, gotta give the queen. What about this? This is mate in 2, because the rook is... Oh, I'm like... I just don't understand these ideas. What? Positionally, I guess it's just like we're trading off our queen side pieces for his king side pieces. And the queen is kind of stuck. This bishop, this key, I didn't recognize the value of this bishop. I ended up trading for the light square bishop. So I played knight d5. This is actually it's not even a move. And then here, all the knight moves are possible. Which one is the best? Who knows? This one seems the most equalizing. And then we still gotta go after the bishop. This sequence of knight h5 and then trading off the bishop, or what? What's going on here? Oh, okay. Knight h5 and either taking the bishop or forcing it to be traded off. And why knight h5 first? Why not bishop d6 first? Black has this additional resource to pin the knight. So we have to go knight h5 first. What if we drop the knight back? Well, if white plays a waiting move and then we do this, this is still okay, I guess. But it doesn't come with tempo. And I think trading the knight away for the bishop, like if white allows that to happen, here even, yeah, wait, I'm confused. Yeah, the bishop is defended. But I guess there's some strain, right? Because we're threatening this. No, we're not. I don't really understand. Why is this a little bit better? I just don't get it. Why is this better than just taking the bishop? It kind of feels a little better because, like, this bishop looks funky for sure. If we trade the rooks here, white gobbles a pawn, but then the knight can swing back to f4, and knight f4, knight f4, is always like a good move. Take the light squared bishop, win the queen. The bishop is just very risky here. So what if white doesn't play that? What if white gets out of the pin? Then we ruin the pawn structure. And white has hell to pay. It's made in 6. When I make a move, it goes up to 7, but that's probably an issue with the computer, right? If it saw made in 6 earlier, should not go up with a move. Oh, has to go knight f4. And let's say white wastes a move. We're just coming in. If white tries to bring the queen over, well, you can't. But you can even ignore it. You can ignore it in beautiful fashion. And it's just checkmate. Wow. Okay. All right. Anyways, this weird move, knight h4, is creeping me out a little bit. But trading off the bishops. His bishop is very good. Mine, not so good. The knight is actually swinging around to f4 here. It's actually doing something good. You think knights on the rim are dim, but here it's a rare opportunity to get it all the way to f4. And when white already plays h3, I think that's the point. Because white has already played h3. G3 is not really a possibility. So let's say white doesn't play H3 here. Let's say they play knight D2. And then like, I don't know, here back. Or let's say takes. White goes for the same plan. You know, now G3 is an idea. Let's say they play C3, knight F4. G3 is a move, but the pawn is hanging, so you can't even do that. So I don't know what white will play. Like bring the rook in. Let's say expand on the queen side. Knight F4. G3 is a move. But then you slide the knight here. The king goes up. This is really nasty too. So if H3 is played already, G3 definitely can't be played. But even if H3 is played, G3 is still does not solve white's problems at all. So some Sicilian bold battler attack knowledge I just did not know about. Crazy. Okay, what did I play? I played this variation. Oops, let's make it the main line. G4, go for this pin. And yeah, guys just got to know this idea. Knight H4. Whew, what an idea. Anyways, we go for this. I take the white squared bishop. I miss queen takes, which I thought was by far the best move. Apparently, queen takes B3 is -2. Why is that? Wait, no, my opponent played knight D2 at some point, right? What? Did I waste a tempo somewhere? Knight D2 after. Okay, knight D2 here. Yes. And then here, what did I do? Wait. Why do I feel like how did I lose a tempo? I lost a tempo some. Oh, my opponent never played rook E1. Okay. All right. C3, took the bishop. Yes, here queen takes B3 is by far the best move. The other moves are completely fine for white though. Apparently knight takes is a little bit not great because knight H5. Just, wow, what an idea. What an idea. That's one I'm going to keep in my pocket. All right, well, anyways, the game continued, queen B3. And then I didn't know what to do, so I thought like B6, queen B6. I was like, I guess I'll just drop the bishop back. Even here, knight H5. What does computer want? Knight H5, knight H5, move the bishop, trade the bishop, and we're doing all right here. And knight F4. Push, back. Can slide the knight in. Can play a prophylactic move. Let's say I slide the knight in immediately. F5. And computer wants to sack and exchange because that knight is annoying. That knight is a killer knight. Yeah, the game's complicated. Okay. Knight H4, knight F5, and or taking a dark squared bishop. Whew. When the bishop is here, knight H5. So many openings. Like, it's funny because when I played the Sicilian on the black side, knight H4 was very strong for white to eliminate the light squared bishop, which is kind of the counterpart, actually, the true counterpart to this. Maybe not the true counterpart, but another. Normally, you think the dark squared bishops on both sides are counterparts, but here it's actually symmetric for the light squared bishop. But, all right, go for this, and he takes. He takes, and I'm like, all right, baby, let's go rook B8. Even though I'm pretty sure I get nothing here. Go, and then he didn't take my didn't take my rook. So, oh no, I played B5, which I thought was an interesting move. So let me go back. What happened? C4 here. Bishop E6, C4. That was not great. B6. I should just play B6. Like B6, and we're holding on. So I try to make it exciting. Like, all right, let's have a party. And of course, this drops in exchange for no freaking reason. So my opponent moves here. And I'm definitely not out of the woods here. I thought just trade. But maybe I should have tried to trade. Anyways, couldn't find a great move, so I go for the tempo move. And what did I play here? Forget what I played here. What did I play here? Wait, oh, my queen is on. Wait, when did I move my queen? Wait, when did I move my queen here? Oh, oh, my bad. I did not play b4. Immediately, I played queen c8. My opponent played, brought the rook out. Logical. Then I played bishop down. Then I played bishop back. Okay, my bad. Here I played queen c8. Okay. And that is, you know, obviously, doesn't it's like it's an okay move. No, it's losing, like, because it doesn't really solve any problems. It kind of just delays the impact. So anyways, playing here was a c4. C4. And this is an idea, but not a great one. Takes. No, my opponent did queen takes. And here. Okay, and I did this. My opponent took the pawn. Brought the bishop down. There's still nothing. Yeah, I feel like this would have been a move I'd play, but it doesn't really do a ton. Bringing the bishop here and then winning a pawn. Wow. What did my opponent play here? Took the pawn, brought the bishop down, then just solidified his position, her position. This was a mistake because the queen goes away, gets to run away, and my light square bishop is really clogging up the position here. Oh, the rook is basically going to be trapped. I have to drop the bishop back, but if I do that, oh, wait. Oh no, my opponent went here to set up the attack on the pawn. And I have to drop the bishops. Sorry. Here. And I thought there's some kind of ideas like this. This doesn't work. What is this? Wow. Doesn't work. Okay. But first pushing. And if we take here, it still doesn't work. It still doesn't work at all. Oh my god. Okay. Well, anyways, I was scared of that. I was scared of this x-ray. So I brought the king up. And I lost my rook. Here it is, game over. I tried some tricks. I'm kind of curious if I had any chances. This check doesn't do anything. And I did find this move, which I was happy about, but yeah, there's this, and then there's just nothing. What happened here? I forget what happened. Yeah, I just sacked the rook in brutal freaking fashion and brought the knight in. Oh my god. Oh, brutal. Absolutely brutal. I mean, look at the game review. I just did not have a chance. Didn't have a freaking chance. My opponent apparently played at a 2050 rating. I played at a 1650 rating. So is what it is. I mean, that's probably around my true rating. And then my opponent just played a game, just ran a train, just no mistakes. What was that? Didn't play the most accurate, or actually, what is this? Maybe they're cheating. Probably not. I don't think they're cheating. Looking at the time. Oh my god, my fucking flatulence. But not a single mistake from my opponent. What was going on? Insane. Not a single mistake. Oh, okay. An accuracy. But I'm pretty sure that was the best move on Lee chess. So I don't know if you can really call that an accuracy. No, okay, it wasn't an accuracy, but only because of knight h5. Does the chess.com computer see it? Knight h5, chess.com computer agrees. Knight h5, you got to play it. You got to play it. It's just the idea in these positions with the dark square bishop here or the light square bishop here. Knight h4, knight h5. So powerful. Oh my goodness. Oh, and after I missed my chance, and I just am not able to, from any kind of, like, if I don't know that idea, just like, let's say I never play knight h5, right? What's my counterplay? Let's say I play perfectly, but I don't play knight h5. I wish there's some way to like ban a move, because the computer is going to recommend moves like, it's going to recommend moves that aren't knight h5, but they're recommended because knight h5 exists. And then all of a sudden it's going to recommend knight h5. So let's see. Here, apparently I'm a little better. What happened? So if knight bd2, I don't play knight h5. Let's play c3. I don't play knight h5. My opponent, let's see, plays natural looking moves. I don't play knight h5. Yeah, I can still play the game. Let's say I play a6. That's what I would play, but then not great positionally. Like b5, sack a pawn for no reason. Something I also would play. Maybe I try to trade the light squared bishop. Let's say I never do that. Let's say I just bring the queen up. This is really not great. No, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that's just the idea in the position. Just we need to get rid of this dark squared bishop. It's so important. Even though it's not a fianchetto bishop, oh my god. Like, it's so important. Let's say my opponent plays more normal looking moves, and I take the bishop. Then, okay, then I could play knight h5. This is then that knight h5 is a move I'd see. But just like making some kind of threat to hit the bishop when it looks like you can just drop it back. But then, like, threatening the bishop, like here, looks like one move itis to me, but it comes with this additional follow-up of forcing a trade with the dark squared bishop, and then moving the knight to to f5 or f4. But here, there's even another idea. Don't know what's being threatened really. Takes. Okay, this is a shorter one. How many moves was that? That was a short game, right? 33 move game. I go for a risky line, and I just never see knight h5, and I don't make the proper improving moves that aren't that. So, alrighty.